Howdy, and welcome back to another episode of Drawing Creepypastas with me, your host, Lucinda. In this episode, our victim, creepypasta, is Laughing Jack! Yay! So, before I start, I'm going to give a brief summary of Jack's story, because I tried to read it all, as I usually do for my other creepypasta videos, where I read the whole story and edited doing funny voices, but, my phone wanted to implode because it was more than an hour, and B, the story is very gruesome and uncomfortable, so, yay! So sit down and gather around the campfire as I tell you a tale of a very, very, very sad, lonely little man. Once upon a time, in the distant year of the 1800s, was a very sad British boy named Isaac. He had no friends, and his parents were horrible, so an angel decided to give him a Christmas gift. A friend! Little did that angel know the disaster they had unleashed onto the world. When Isaac awoke, he found a pretty, colorful box of the Jack-in-the-Box variety on the foot of his bed, and so he turned the crank. And out of the box... Eyeless Jack? Sorry, there's too many... No, I get confused. I always switch them up. Laughing Jack in the Box. Shortly after, they became the best of friends. And they had a happy ending. But actually, no. While they were playing pirates in the backyard, the neighbor's cat walks in, and Isaac yells at Jack to handle the intruder. And Laughing Jack, playing along, grabs the cat and accidentally smothers it until it's lifeless. Isaac gets blamed and sent to boarding school. Laughing Jack spends 10 years rotting inside of his box, waiting for his best and only friend, slowly losing his colors and turning monochrome. While he's in the box, he hears Isaac's parents constantly fighting and arguing, and Isaac's father abusing Isaac's mother throughout the years. And one day, in a very gruesome act, Isaac's father kills his mother. And so, he's sent to be hanged for his crimes. So, after that, Isaac comes back, though it's not the reunion Jack wanted. Isaac thinks Laughing Jack is just an imaginary friend, a figment of his lonely self and imagination. So he doesn't end up opening the box and completely ignores all the knickknacks in his old room. And Isaac's changed throughout the years. He brings a girl back home and tries to assault her and kills her and turns her into a chair. And then he proceeds to kidnap children and torture them and end their lives in the upstairs bedroom. And Jack witnesses all this, and he weirdly kind of likes it. He's a little freak. He's a menace. One night, though, conveniently I might add, the shelf that Jack's box is in falls and shatters the box. He's freed, and when Isaac comes upstairs to check the noise, Jack ties him down and tortures him in the same bed that he tortured his victims, and then kills him, and that's it. Also, it's implied that in, the end of the story, they say that when the police found him, he had a smile on his face, so they're really just two peas in the pot, really. That's the story. Nice. I really condensed it. It's really long, and it's really uncomfortable to read, and has really disturbing and kind of tone-deaf parts. kind of no, very tone deaf parts. So if you're gonna go read it, I would advise you to be careful because it has very touchy subjects that are not treated very well. So let's hop into the design that I did for Laughing Jack. Before I drew Laughing Jack's current form of his monochrome and sad emo self, I drew his colorful version because I thought it would be fun for the design and also to help with me choosing a color palette, even though his color palette is just black and white. I wanted to add more grays in there to signify that there were more colors in his design before, because he was all rainbowy before. So yeah. As you can see, not only is Jack monochrome in my version, he also has patches missing in his outfits. In his colorful design, I drew little shape patches in his pants because I thought it would be really cute. And in his current design, I made them ripped because I think he would rip those patches away. Off. I know how to speak. Because I feel like over the years, he's grown resentful of any type of joy that he used to have, and he's just mad at everything and everyone. And he starts to loathe the innocence that he once had. So he rips them, leaving holes where they once were. And he's grown tallier. Tallier? That's a word. He's grown taller and more lengthier. His his hands have grown like claws and sharp and long. And I wanted to convey that his body is made out of cloth. I don't know how well I did that, but his body is made out of cloth, but his hands, feet, and head are made out of porcelain, harkening back to old doll designs where they would do that. And if you can see this, I think I'll put it in a close shot. He has cracks on his face, and I think over the years he's gotten more fidgety, and he started to pick at his own face and scratch it, and so he ended up having cracks on his face from doing that repeatedly, because he's slowly, because, you know, being trapped in a box for 10 years without any sort of human interaction, just hearing a couple arguing and hearing that wouldn't really be good for anyone, not even a magical clown. And I think that's pretty much it for his design. Oh yeah, his hair. His hair isn't curly in the illustrations usually in his colorful version, but I decided to do that because I think it would be cute. But in his monochrome form, it isn't curly anymore because, you know, he's lost the poofiness of it all. It's stringy and long, and it looks dirty as hell. So yeah, that's all I had. It's really not that different from his OG design. It's not, there's nothing really wrong with it. Oh wait, I almost forgot. I had little headcanons and things I wanted to talk about. I think it would be a fun idea if inside of the clown box, it was like a circus where he kept all of his victims. And an idea I had is that he took Isaac into the box, like his soul, and turned him into a clown in his circus. That's like his second in command. And that harkens back to when they were playing pirates, and Isaac was the captain and he was the second mate, but their roles are reversed now, since Isaac is the second in command and Jack is the ringleader. I think that would be an interesting thing, and every person and child he kills, he turns some of them into members of the circus, and majority of them are all the audience in the circus. I thought that would be a cool idea, a little idea I had. I thought it would be cool, and I did the thumbnail you can see it's Isaac, and Jack is holding strings, because in the story he, like, hooks, like, fishing hooks. It's not fishing. It's like hooks to his eyes to keep them wide open, because he's like slowly drifting off because he's being tortured. And like I thought it was a cool visual, so that's why the thumbnail looks like that. Anyways, if you like if you like these ideas or this design and stuff, leave a like, because it took me some time to do this. And subscribe if you want to see more. Uh, in 10 years when I decide to do the other ones. The next one I'm going to do, by the way, is Eyeless Jack, which is really funny because I got both Jacks back to back. That is hilarious. So yeah. Also, if you made it this far, leave I guess you can leave a clown emoji, or just write down sad little British boy down in the comments to let me know if you reached this far. Thank you for watching.